I mean, the funny thing is, we've been around that long, but a lot of the records from that period aren't on Spotify.
Gotcha.
Because they were from different versions of the band, and we sort of wanted a clean break.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like floating out there on the internet, the other records. But so it's not as dramatic as it might look. But
Gotcha.
At the same time, lately we've been really loving putting out singles, and we put out singles as part of the process of making a record.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people in the business say don't do that, but we're sort of like approaching the I don't care phase of our careers.
Well, it's funny because I have actually been hearing the exact opposite. Yeah. And that was one of the things that I was kind of interested in talking to you guys about. Is this a thing that you kind of came up on your own, or is it something that, we sat down and I started throwing out a couple of names. You guys are connected to the people in this industry, in this city. Like, is this something that's being talked about in the, behind the scenes, or is it just kind of something you stumbled on and
putting out a lot of singles on?
Yeah, a bunch of singles rather than focusing on full albums.
I don't know. I think that we're always focusing on the next full album or songs in general, but I don't know. I think that the demand to be putting out new music all the time is so strong. Like, the industry in general, I feel like always wants something new, something fresh. They want you to be releasing something, and writing an album takes a lot of time. So I feel like that the pressure to okay, well, let's put out a single and kind of keep active with releases. I feel like that pressure is a thing. Am I wrong, or do you feel that way?
I think you're right. I think that might be what you're hearing is everybody, and I talk about it with all our musical friends all the time. It's just everyone feels that there's this narrative oh yeah, put singles out now. That's how you do it.
And to stay active all the time.
But then you've got the other side of the business saying oh no, where's the album? We don't want to do anything until there's a full album. So it's not anybody's fault. But there's just mass confusion and hysteria in the music industry, and people are just like, what do we do? And then you've got the people in positions of power choosing where to play the music or what to do with the music, going well, we want this, but we also want this. We want constant content from you, but we also want really great full albums.
Yeah.
Give us both. And it's well...
The content.
It's just content. And I don't know, to a degree, I love that. And that's why, but I think the reason we put out singles is... it's sort of like a way of testing what we're doing and how we feel about it, because you often don't know how you feel about your own music until it's out in the world. And it's not necessarily because you want to hear what other people think, but you need space from it and you need to put it to bed. And the only way I know how to put something to bed is by putting it out. So we did that with our last two singles, couldn't be more different. And they're almost like polar opposites of the music we've been working on, as a fun experiment to just see how it felt and start playing them at shows,